Alright, so over here on the NA version of the game, we have this Halloween campaign that dropped in out of nowhere, but that's less of something that I want to talk about, and more so, where the heck is Van Gogh, Lesengle? The Imaginary Scrabble event is something that a lot of people are looking forward to, and it also has a pre-release campaign. This could have easily just been the Imaginary Scrabble pre-release campaign, but this just kind of feels like literal filler, right? Because I don't know of very many people that are going to be busting out their Saint Courts going for Osaka Behime, Cleopatra, or I don't know, maybe someone really wants Ibaraki Lancer because she's limited, but we're going to talk about all that and more in today's video. However, before we begin, this video is once again sponsored by Bai. Bai is basically Japanese eBay and is a way for us over on the western side of the globe to get our grubby little mitts on products that maybe take a really long time to get released over here, such as like certain anime figures, or if you're also like a Rider fan like me, those things like literally never come out over here. And so Bai is a good way to help you actually purchase these things. And if you sign up using my link down in the description down below, you actually get 2k free yen free into your account. And the reason that's kind of nice is that, you know, maybe you want the Sartoria figure. Oh, look at that. You already knocked off 2k yen off of that. So it's going to be a lot more affordable. Some things, if you're really good at like kind of hunting down products, you can get stuff like this Skahawk figure, right? And still have 1,000 yen to spend. So thank you again, Bai, for sponsoring this video once again. And make sure you take advantage of that 2k free yen and get yourself something nice. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and move back to our regularly scheduled programming and rant about Lesengle a little bit more. So yeah, if you guys haven't noticed, I'm a little upset about this because it's not as though delaying events is something new for FGO, but the thing that actually makes me upset is that this is an event that actually has its own pre-release campaign, so it's already going to be delayed already. Like inherently, Imaginary Scrabble already has something that delays when the event actually comes out, and that's their pre-release campaign. But it's not even a bad pre-release campaign. It's bringing back Yang, who is a very, very popular servant that a lot of people might have missed out on for New Year's, and it also brings back, you know, servants like MHXX, who's a really, really strong arts DPS servant, and maybe after getting Castoria for the anniversary, you would like to test out one of these servants, right? Whether it be Yang or MHXX, or maybe you missed out on Raiko or Fran Saber for Summer 2, and it just makes it a very, very strong banner overall, because I think all of these servants are actually really good. Sure, you could say that, like, Raiko might have aged a little bit, or maybe you want to say that Fran is maybe aging a little bit, but they're still actually just completely usable, right? You could still use them in team comps, but more importantly, it brings Van Gogh after the actual pre-release campaign, and for a lot of people, NAFGO has been a little mid, for lack of a better term. I know that a lot of people have been kind of not super happy after we had the Lotto event. While we had the Lotto event, I think everybody was super happy because we're all a bunch of actual insane people, and we love just farming the same thing over and over again if it means that we're going to be getting just an insane amount of like materials and whatnot. But then we had the Gouda Gouda event, and I think after the high of Himiko coming out wore off for a lot of people, they really weren't enjoying the event that much, especially after the raids were already cleared. This is just kind of based off of me reading my own comments and, you know, interacting with people over on my Twitch and such, but it did not seem like a lot of people were super happy with this event, and it did not seem like anybody really cared about this Nightingale rerun, so you would have thought that Lesengle would be like, okay, we've gotten a little bit of bad receptions for these events. You know, people are not seeming to be really enjoying the game very much. They kind of thought both of these events were a little bit boring. Let's go ahead and move into Imaginary Scrabble, something that everybody is looking forward to, whether you're actually looking forward to the main event itself or the first banner that brings a couple of goodies and such alongside all of these servants. But no, they decided to drop this Halloween campaign, which I wouldn't be that upset with because, I mean, we're getting like free Saint Courts. You can never really get mad at free Saint Courts, and some people might view it as such. They might view this as extra Saint Courts that they're getting before the event actually drops, which is good, but the banner is just completely mid, right? This banner is not worth rolling for, right? Which almost begs the question, like, what is actually the point of the banner, right? Because obviously it's supposed to be bait before they drop Van Gogh, right? Because they want you to spend your Saint Courts on this banner, so then you have a less likely a chance of getting Van Gogh, so then you might spend money, right? Like, that's kind of gacha 101, right? They're just trying to, you know, make as much money as possible, right? Everybody knows that, but this banner's like not even all that enticing, right? Like first and foremost, you only got 2 limited servants on here, one of them being Cleopatra and one of them being Ibaraki Lancer. Now, what might have been like a really cool curveball is if they like dropped a buff on them as well. That'd be really cool. A lot of other mobile games do stuff like that where they have, say, their NA version of the game being a year or two behind or even a couple of months behind, and they'll do like NA exclusive stuff, right? And then the JP version will get later, but you know, maybe that's a little bit of too much wishful thinking for FGO. Maybe we won't get anything like that, but I don't know, like, it's not even like that enticing of a banner. Like, do I really need to explain why you really shouldn't be summoning on this banner? Well, Cleopatra is one of those servants that I've definitely come up on after the last, you know, maybe year or so. Using her a lot more, I have gotten to like this servant a lot more. I would say around the Memorial quest when you had to fight the berserk, like the big berserker Hercules, I forget his name, but then he also fought Columbus, right? Cleopatra like really showed her worth during that fight, and so I like her a lot more. But it's not as if I'm going to tell people, yeah, you gotta go get Cleopatra. It's like, yeah, she's really good for like those niche fights, right, where she can really, you know, show how good she is in those longer, more brawlic fights. But you know, aside from that, you're really not going to break her out all that much, and your boy's already got her NP too, right? So, you know, I don't know, it's just very strange. Osaka Behime is good, but, you know, even when she kind of first came out on NA, you know, I tried to kind of push her a little bit because I do think Osaka Behime is a lot better than people give her credit for, but, you know, I don't really think anybody's, like, over here being like, oh my goodness, Osaka Behime is so insane, I need to get her. You know, once she gets, like, I don't know, an extra battery that she can give the party or something, and at least gets up to, like, waiver standards or something, then she'll probably be, like, way more popular, more worth summoning for. In fact, she'll be very similar to Waver because they'll both be on like every single banner because, you know, Waver and Osaka Behime aren't limited. But I don't know. Then you bring back Ibaraki Lancer. Elizabeth makes sense. It's Halloween. She has like 500 different, you know, Halloween servants. So let's go ahead and just bring her back again. But I don't know. You couldn't even like, I don't know. You couldn't just find a way to shimmy like Bedivere even on here, right? Like one of the better like story limited servants. You couldn't even shimmy them on there because then maybe you have like some incentive to go on here. Like maybe they shimmy on Kucaster or Bedivere, just someone like that. Jaguar Man even. No, I don't. No, yeah, Jaguar Man even. I had to think for a second. I was like, is Jaguar Man story limited? I had to think for a second. Actually, I'm not sure on that one. I might, because I have her NP5 over on my JP and NA account. I don't know if that's because she was on a banner recently and I got her NP5 or because she's story limited. I'm not sure. Someone in the comments will let me know. But the main point is that they didn't even like make the banner very enticing. So literally it's just like kind of stalling and wasting time for nothing, because keep in mind, there's no coinciding event with this. Like you're just going to be farming free quests. Like they didn't bring any interludes. There was no, you know, rank up quests or anything that came alongside this. There's literally just nothing going on in the game. And that's why I'm kind of just questioning why they even did this in the first place. So I don't know. You can give me your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm overall not very happy with this. I think this is a really bad idea because, again, people on NA after the Lotto event, after coming down off that high, really haven't seeming to be enjoying the game very much. Like JP over here, at the very least, like I made that discussion video on Lasengal, at the very least, when they leave the events up, I mean, you can still farm the event and it's very much worth so to do because you get so many resources passively while just farming as you would normally. So at the very least, JP's got that, and JP, you know, probably the day that this goes up is probably going to drop some other new thing as well. But, you know, Global's just kind of over here just shrugging, being like, well, you know, we'll just keep waiting for Imaginary Scrabble, and I don't know what they're even doing. But I don't know. Leave me your thoughts in the comments down below. It's just something that I kind of wanted to rant and rave on a little bit. Just, you know, be like, where is Van Gogh? Why are they stalling for this? Because we know that we're not going to get any, like, new global first thing, aside from maybe an additional banner for Imaginary Scrabble. Maybe they're trying to discuss with each other what the hidden secret second banner is going to be. We know that, like, Artoria Archer is supposed to be coming back soon as well, and I kind of thought that was going to get dropped around here, but I don't know. Let me know your thoughts, all that good stuff. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You guys have yourselves a nice day. Peace. Late, guys.